Shaping is a training technique where we start with what the dog can achieve currently and then gradually build towards the final goal behavior in successive approximations of that behavior. In other words, this means we're building the behavior step by step towards the final goal behavior. An example of this is if we wanted to teach a dog to retrieve or fetch a toy or item. That behavior involves the dog going out to that object, picking it up in his mouth, coming all the way back to the person, and then placing the object or toy in the person's hand. So, for any dog that doesn't naturally do this behavior, we can still teach it, but we would start with what the dog could currently achieve, and that might be something as small as the dog making eye contact with the object or sniffing it, and then we can build each step in the plan towards that final goal behavior. So we would get the dog to do these lists of behaviors and then reward each one. That would include the dog sniffing the object, putting his nose on the object, putting his lips on the object, putting an open mouth on the object, and then eventually putting like teeth or starting to mouth or pick up the object until they finally pick it up completely. And then we would build the dog turning towards the person and kind of build that distance coming all the way back to the person, and then put the object in the person's hand and do basically a drop it behavior. So at each part in the behavior plan, we're reinforcing or rewarding the dog to achieve each of these steps until the dog will do the whole behavior for one reward or reinforcer. This is an incredibly efficient training technique, and it works to help dogs learn in part by part sequences until they can achieve these final goal behaviors we want them to perform.